straight to Europe and celebrate one of the legends of the game. I always come here and talk about legends. No doubt, they are legends of the game. Gareth Bale is celebrating 35 years of age. Here today, being the 16th day of July. He was born in 1989. This very day, and of course, he's clocking 35 years of age. If he isn't the greatest British footballer in history, then who is? Gareth Bale, of course, look at the clubs he played for. Started in 2006, 2007 when he started his career at Southampton. 40 games he played, and of course he managed to score 4 goals before moving to Tottenham Hotspur in the year 2007. He lasted to 2013. 146 games he played, and of course he scored 42 goals before joining the Real Madrid side. From 2013 he lasted to 2022. 176 games, 81 goals for Real Madrid. 2020 to 2021 he went back to Tottenham Hotspur on loan. 20 games he played, and of course he scored 11 goals. That should be under Jose Mourinho. Then for 2022 to 2023, he went to play for Los Angeles FC side. Gareth Bale celebrating 35 years of age today. So, happy birthday to him.
Yeah, a big happy birthday to Gareth Bale. I can remember vividly 3 important goals that he has scored. He scored many goals, no doubt about that, but 3 important ones. One was the goal against Inter Milan while he was playing with Tottenham, where he ran Maicon all the way and he scored that goal. Then the second was the Champions League final against Liverpool. Basco kick. Is that a Basco kick or a scorpion kick? I don't know, but that was a very wonderful goal. Then the third round was the one he ran Matt Bartra, and the Copa del Rey final against Barcelona. He ran Bartra off the field and he went all the way and came back again and he scored that goal. That guy, when he was playing, he was a fantastic player, and it was just so disheartening that he retired so early, but he's doing well now with what he has chosen, playing golf and all that. So a big happy birthday to Gareth Bale.
Yes, a big happy birthday to him. Kanute, would you regard him as one of the greatest in British football?
Yes, I think he's in that category. I wouldn't say the greatest, but one of the greatest. And the fact that he started probably as a left back at Sports. Yeah, I played as left back before. Yeah, exactly. They found that he has potentials going forward. That's why they converted him to a forward player, and it turned out to be one of even the best in the world, not just in Britain. One of the best is rather one of the best in the world, because for a player to move to Real Madrid, when Real Madrid calling you, it shows that you have what it takes. Exactly. So happy birthday to him.
Yes, happy 35th birthday to Gareth Bale. Let's talk about this conversion of players from a different position to another position entirely. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't work out. Should managers go ahead, because it's the manager's preference, converting players, see that this player sometimes he cannot play this very position. Of course, I remember Daley Blind, when he came to Manchester United, he can play as a centre back, can play as a left back, but he's played as a defensive midfielder at some point before moving to the left back and of course the centre back position. Managers, should they continue swapping a player's position when they know the players have a favorite position when they started their career? Like likes of Casemiro, when he started, I remember that I talked about it here, when he was asked who wants to be a striker, his intention was to be a forward, a number 9. And when he saw the number of people that raised up their hands saying they want to be strikers, he said, maybe I stand no chance. He brought his hand down. How many of you want to be a defender? They raised up their hand, the goalkeepers. But when they said, how many of you want to be a defensive midfielder, he was the only one that raised up his hand. That was how he got his chance to start playing football. Should managers continue swapping players' position, changing their position? We've seen Bukayo Saka play the right wing back for the three Lions, and they just concluded Euros 2024. There are chances that if Mikel Arteta isn't there, another manager comes to Arsenal, he has seen Bukayo Saka play in that position, he might want to say, okay, since I've watched you play in this position, maybe you can go play in this very position. We've seen Ashley Young of Manchester United, from a defender to a winger, from a winger to a defender. Even Antonio Valencia, equally his position has been swapped when he was playing at Manchester United. Numerous players. Should managers go ahead to continue this, or leave the players to play their preferred position?
Gone are the days where players have a particular position. It's okay, I'm a number 9. That's only where I can play. No, I think times have changed. When a manager sees that a particular player can fill in a certain position, a good manager sees the potential of a player. See, okay, this player you are more than just a striker. You are more than just a defensive midfielder. You are more than just a winger. You can feel it. There are cases where by area of necessity when he has to do that, like in case of Bukayo Saka at the Euros, because it's covered that at that position at the formation he was using prior to the latter stage of the competition, there was no support, so he had to put in there. Okay, it's a proper back three or a proper wing back position that Conte played. That was quite different. Bukayo Saka was kind of more forward with support of Foden. I wish Foden was actually up and doing it at the Euros. But when what's his name, Palmer came in, you saw the difference, you saw the support for Palmer. So I think players these days, managers see that players there's a need. It should, in case maybe a player gets injured. Yes, that you see potential. Okay, this player can fit in that position. Look at the likes of Granit Xhaka. When he started his career as a more defensive midfielder, but the last season before he left Arsenal, he played
as a box to box.
Yes, as a box to box, and you saw he had the most impact at Arsenal as a box to box player. So these days, there's even as a defender, you can feel as a right back. If as a left-sided defender, you can feel as a right back. That it makes you a better player, all-round better player. So I think these days there's no need for a particular player playing a particular position. There's actually need for player to be versatile. A manager sees the player, okay, you can play this position. It makes you a better player. It makes you learn that particular area and be a better player all around.
All right, so Kanete made a statement saying that you can fill up a spot, when the opportunity comes, when it becomes a necessity for the club and of course for the manager. But there's a difference between a player filling up a position temporarily, momentarily, and exactly. A player being converted to a certain position completely. That's what I'm talking about. Conversion. Yes, you can fill up. We saw Jose Mourinho was at Inter Milan. Certain Eto'o had to play as a defender at some point because it was very, very important at that point. He needed Eto'o to fill in that position at that point, not converting Eto'o to be a defender. Now I'm talking about when managers, intentionally convert a player's original position to somewhere else, and we see the player sometimes struggle and sometimes they thrive. Should they go ahead and continue that feat? Of course, leave the players to play in their preferred position.
Yeah, I think the best thing is at time when the needs maybe it's just needed for you to just fill in that place. You just not totally convert. For me, I don't agree with that. Converting somebody from the original place, the position that he played, to another position and tell him, okay, a situation whereby it's in there, just like the game where Saka was moved back to play as a left back. Yeah, that was the situation. It's understood that he can't begin a substitute and all that, so he has to go there. That is fine. But the thing that you want to convert somebody like Saka to go and be playing as number 3, no, that will not work. It's like telling somebody who studied engineering to go and be a doctor. So it doesn't work that way. Mourinho did that just like you mentioned with Eto'o, just for that game, for that game. Fine about that. But there are some people that you can really convert them. Like sometimes it's confusing for some people. Like what is his name? The Ukrainian who plays for Arsenal, Zinchenko. On the country level, they play him as a midfielder. But at Arsenal, he plays as a left back and all that. So it's confusing sometimes for them. But sometimes they don't really keep on to that. If you're a midfielder, you should be a midfielder. You should be playing at that place. Like some defenders cannot be a striker because when you see them in front of, okay, maybe they have the opportunity to put the ball behind the net. You see the way they play the ball. It shows that no, this person is a defender. Not that. So that aspect of you, okay, for that moment, this is what is needed. You need to play this position, sacrifice that your position player is fine. But converting, sometimes it don't really favor. Not that it doesn't work, it works sometimes, but most time it doesn't really favor the player.
Kanete, what about the times where a player is getting to his end of his career, he's aging, and of course he chooses a more suitable position? Like when Rooney, he was an attacker at United, but during the end of his career, he started playing as a defensive midfielder.
More like a box to box midfielder because he has that. That's why I put there that the quality.
That wasn't what he played all through his career. It was at the end of his career that he started
exactly.
Playing
Sometimes I think age,
was it because of age?
Sometimes the age factors playing so that, especially when you know that okay, he has a certain quality that, like Arnold, Trent Alexander-Arnold. You know that guy can play as a midfielder. He can play as a 10.
He doesn't. To me, he doesn't have the attributes of a midfielder.
No, it does.
It doesn't.
No, not putting at the last man to be a defensive midfielder. Playing alongside a good defensive midfielder.
Like Rodri or Casemiro.
Exactly. He will try because he's good on the ball. Like with his feet, he's good at. He has a good passing range. Exactly. He does that very well. So I think players, what I'm trying to say, players these days, they have you can bring unlike then that okay, I'm a right back, I'm a left back. You can see potentials in players that this player is a right back, but he has this potential. He has this passing range. You can see he can read game very well. Then you can okay, this player, if the need comes that you can put in there. But like the kind of conversion you talk, converting a right winger to a left back, I think that one is out of place, like Sonny said. But you can convert a left back when you see potentials in him to a left winger. It's possible.
Yes, exactly. More of a winger. Not a winger going to a left. No, this no work.
Because him playing as a winger,
just like Gareth Bale.
Just like Gareth Bale,
for example, it worked perfectly.
All right, yes, this we're talking about the 35th birthday of Gareth Bale. Of course, he had to bring us back to players being converted from the original position to wherever suits the manager. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. Of course, if you're listening to me out there, would you want managers to continue doing this or leave players to play in their preferred position?